My name is Irene and I'll be doing the Y-Log 5th grade lesson 11, compare and order decimals and whole numbers. So for the first question it asks, compare, write greater than, less than, or equal for each question. So for number 2, it's asking whether it's greater than, less than, or equal for 0.546 and 5.2. So we have to first look at where the decimal point is and the number before it, because that's the biggest number. So since 5 is greater than 0, it means that this number is greater than 5.2 is greater than 0.546, which means that 0.546 is less than 5.2. I'll do another one. So for number 9, it says 0.099 blank 0.1. So before the decimal point, both the numbers are 0. So after that, we have to look after the decimal point, and it's 0 for the first number and it's 1 for the second. 1 is bigger than 0, so this is also less than. So 0.099 is less than 0.1. So moving on, it says order each set of numbers from least to greatest. So same thing as the one above, we have to look at where the decimal point is located and look at the number before the decimal point and see what number is the greatest. And so before the decimal point is a 3, and before the decimal point for the second number, there's 2 numbers, and we're still going to include it. So it's 34, and before the point, the number before the point for the third number is 0. So out of these 3 numbers, the smallest number is 0. So 0.346, so 0.3456, and then the first and the second number, since 3 is less than 34, it's going to come after. So it's the middle number, so 3.456 is after. And then the final number is 34.56. So I'll do another one. So it says 6.25, 6.052, and 6.2056. So we have to look at the number before the point again. So it's a 6 for all of them. So after that, we have to look after the decimal point and see the number. So it's a 2, it's a 0, and it's also a 2. So we know that since 0 is less than 2, we already know the first number for this, for ordering the set of numbers. So 6.052 is our first number. And then since both numbers, the first and the third number, have the same 10th place, we have to look at the 100th place afterward. And the 100th place for the first number is a 5, while for the third decimal, it's a 0. Since 5 is greater than 0, it means that it's the greatest number between the 3 numbers. So that means that the third number will come next. So 6.2056 is next. And then the greatest number, again, is 6.25. Moving on, it says we're doing decimal word problems now, and it says, at the grocery store, Sarah bought a bag of apples for $2.75, a loaf of bread for $1.95, and a carton of milk for $3.50. How much did Sarah spend in total? So the first thing we have to do is line up all the decimal points. That way we get the correct amount. So So $2.75, $1.95, and $3.50. So now all the decimal points are lined up, and just like regular whole numbers, we're just gonna add them up. So 5 plus 5 is 10. And then 9 plus 7 plus 1 plus 5 is 22. And then 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 7 is 8. So the total is $8.20. So I'll do another question. So it says baking cookies. Emma is baking cookies and each batch uses 0.75 cups of sugar. If she makes 4 batches, how many cups of sugar does she need? So for each batch she uses 0.75 and she's going to make 4 of those. Since we have to make 4 of them, that means that the number of the cups of sugar has to be multiplied by 4 to make 4 batches. So we multiply it by 4. And then 5 times 4 is 20. 7 times 4 is 28. Plus 2 is 30. 0 times 4 is 0. Plus 3 is 3. So in total, she will use 3 cups of sugar. And when the number is a whole number, like 4, we don't have to line it up with the decimal point. We can just put it to the number that's to the to the most right side. It's fine. So that's it. If there's any questions, I'll help on Saturday. Okay, bye.